Sunder, Shield Crash. Sunder against Terrorblade is always going to be potent, so pretty much anything other than like Nature's Prophet is really good. Maybe some Sprout could come in clutch. It really depends how many Calling Blades they're going to have. Observe, that's an Observer Ward placed, but it's called Sentry Ward, of course, because that's what everyone does in the mid lane by Biziem.
I gotta start calling all my sentries. I'll do that as my... I'll do that and report back if it works in my pubs.
It works with other professional e-gamers, so I don't see why it wouldn't work in a pub game.
And I'm in the trenches, so I'm ready to do some very good experimentation.
You're gonna get reported. They're not gonna be able to figure out what's going on.
I'll show up in some Overwatch cases, definitely scripting / hacking. How is this sentry giving him vision?
The battle begins.
So looks like it's just gonna be 2 apiece. Maybe. Oh, 3. As Kitrak stands his ground and S4 came over, but the Starbreaker was started a little bit too late. Handsken in trouble. Blood grenade thrown. DM chasing. Has that Hawk. That'll be doing some rooting. And that'll allow him to get in front of this Nature's Prophet and grab them first blood.
First blood.
That's a great start. If he's like very close. They picked up the 3 bounty runes, so less than 300 gold away from Helm of the Iron Will against Terrorblade, having that extra armor, and against Nature's Prophet, plus extra regen. This is a great start for OG.
Yeah,
Courier for Seb might die here.
Oh, yeah, it's dead.
Sebastian. Whew.
Don't have to full name him like that.
That's what your mom does when things are not going well. Yeah, when you mess something up, this is like full middle name, may sometimes even a last name.
Oh gosh, please, you're giving me memories. With that Helm of the Iron Will so early, like once he picks it up, this is usually an aggression from Terrorblade comes at level 2 and you've got that Metamorphosis, but DM should be able to just soak it all up, right?
Yeah, the top lane, I think, on side of Alliance, they might struggle. Like they had to start with Starbreaker, not what you want to have. And also ET playing into 2 melee heroes, plus also Gyrocopter playing into 2 melee heroes. So Flat Cannon is going to be dealing that damage. And let's see what Yuragi has in his quick buy. That's Crystallis plus Power Treads, but we'll have to check what he decides to go for. But Gyrocopter very good at these early levels. 4 Flat Cannons, using that on 2 heroes. That's pretty massive. ET also on top of them, and they might even farm this big camp, at least 1 creep from it.
So Gyro, by the way, picking up the Blades of Attack. The reason that we saw that last Gyro of Dahak able to get that Crystal so quick is 7 ends up dead here in this bottom lane, which they were able to get that kill with that level 2 in the meta. The reason that the Gyro was able to get that quick Crystallis is he, in that game, did start with the Blades of Attack.
Gyro's starting with Magic Wand, so getting some extra stats. And they will farm the big camp here. Pablo sees that they're having issues. If this is how the lane's going to be played, every single time Astral, in their face, Rocket, Flat Cannon, they're going to completely zone them out. So he wants to drag the creep wave back behind the tower, secure some of the easier CS for S4 here.
Bringing it all the way back, but Homing Missile, S4. Homing Missile will hit, but there's no follow-up to that at the moment, and it will pop that salve. But still, you know, these creeps are here, and, well, the one taking them is Pablo at the moment, because S4, he was low on health and couldn't really come down to farm this at the moment.
And Pablo's like, oh no, it's a shame that you can't take these creeps.
Guess I'll CS myself. Oh, 3? Oh, so fortunate. Blink Dagger will come out a little bit quicker. Mid lane, we haven't really talked about much just yet. Biziem is playing this Ember up against the Pangolier, and it's pretty even. Just about.
I give slight advantage to Ember Spirit in this matchup, just because he has point in Searing Chains early on. But I've also seen like Pangos struggle a bit until like after laning stage is done, then they catch up. But it's a very skilled matchup, and Alliance is having some mic issues, which is going to be fixed pretty quickly, and we're going to hop into the game. But to go back to the bottom lane, Seb, 1 death to his name, starting with Quelling Blade. Again, you are playing into Nature's Prophet, so you need to have it. But DM, 11 CS, Charlie's the big winner in this lane. I mean, he is playing with Nature's Prophet, who's soaking up a lot of damage and putting a lot of pressure onto heroes. Like, Charlie's gonna have 20 CS after this wave.
That should help.
He's doing well. Meanwhile, you got Gyro, who's sitting 19 and 7. Of course, a couple of those CS. Was that big camp too? Ooh, couriers.
Oh, nicely done there by DM. Charlie, he sent Illusion in this bottom to block the big camp, but body blocks from DM, so the pool is left open. Small things. That's what Dota's all about. Blood grenade.
Yeah, homing missile and Kitrak running to try and get the kill. The Celestial Hammer throwing down the fire, slowing him up, but Yuragi gets that kill, and they don't end up losing this Elder Titan.
Thanks from above.
So that's a kill that goes their way up in the top lane, and it does end up being Yuragi who gets the last hit on that, as we've been talking about him trying to get into this early Crystals. But he picked up boots beforehand, as Biziem a little bit low, sleight of fist through. Swashbuckle not going to get that kill, as the Fairy Fire is consumed.
Immediate response. Seb will TP mid, refill his bottle, help him out. Rune's gonna spawn in a minute. Kitrak.
Oh, Starbreaker again. Kitrak's still low, but he's trying to survive here, and they'll turn it around and kill Pablo. He stood his ground.
Sometimes that's what you have to do against these lane bullies. He just stood there and fought back, and this is gonna be a lot of XP going their way as well. Yuragi pulling the camp off his zone in the top lane. And speaking of pulling, they're going to do the same thing in the bottom lane. Just maximizing the farm on side of OG.
Really just trying to equalize the lane, as you do see that this Terrorblade's got a lot of CS compared to the Beastmaster. DM only 16 and 4, but compare that to S4 and it's pretty much even. Blood Grenade, some right clicks, the Metamorphosis, Charlie trying to run down DM. They've got this board to try and help protect this Beastmaster, who will get under the tower. But mid lane, there's also a couple heroes nearby, as Pablo trying to secure that 6-minute rune, and it will be picked up. Biziem is over bottom.
Kitrak's very aggressive.
Yeah, forced to run back as the Rolling Thunder comes out, but it bounces around. They've got the Nature's Prophet coming. It's bounced up out of the high ground, but it doesn't matter with the Swashbuckle. Now they've got the Sprout. Blood Grenade onto Seb. Kill die 2. And that will be Handsken. They have the rotation of both supports here for Alliance. And these supports on OG just giving away their lives, not really able to get anything out of it.
Yeah, we've seen these moves from Alliance when they played against Nigma Galaxy. Both supports 6 minutes into the game, making a rotation, getting stuff done. This also opens up the map on the side lanes to play slightly more aggressive. Starbreaker does not connect. Yuragi is level 6, no mana for cooldown. But with the flak, let's see how much damage he can deal. This is not Crystallis yet. It's being delivered on the courier, but dropping very low. 7 stick charges. S4 did the mat. Charlie?
I know where Charlie is. Elder Titan's coming through. Sprout. Nature's Prophet
does have Sunder available.
Sprouted the Terrorblade. There's the Sunder on a DM, but can they still chase him? They've got the Hawk continuing to get the roots.
Oh, someone misclicked the smoke. It was supposed to be something else.
Nobody dies.
50 gold down the drain.
Oh, Biziem! That Swashbuckle. Level 4, doing a lot of damage. Biziem is taking a lot of damage in this lane, and he goes all the way back, throws a Remnant down. Pangolier, of course, going for that first item in the Diffusal Blade. It's always a big one to fight on.
A bit low in mana. Needs to have rune or needs to have his bottle refilled. Biziem going for a solo kill. 1 spell available on ChYuan.
Buckle forward. Pablo. Oh no, Kitrak. He is very dead. Biziem gonna pop that Flame Guard, Sleight of Fist, Fissure Land, Solar Guardian coming through, Remnant away. 4 heroes here, but they don't get the kill onto the Ember, who uses that Remnant to escape. And this is just giving Yuragi free farm top while it's all going on.
Alliance bringing in numbers using this global presence with Nature's Prophet. First usage of the Solar Guardian doesn't grant him the kill. Bottle refill, this seems to be the name of the game. Both offlaners understanding that they can't afford to go back, so constant pressure that Alliance is bringing is also pushing OG to play a slightly different game. Both supports also forced to come to the mid lane, refilling the bottle for BZM.
DM immediate TP, but the Rolling Thunder stops it, and they'll get the kill on the DM.
Already a 2k gold lead for Alliance. We've seen them in the first series of TI qualifiers. When they get the lead, they did not let go. 2 times against Enigma Galaxy.
S4, they hit the sleep. They've got the Searing Chains, and both offlaners do end up dying. While that goes on, though, Terrorboy just takes the bottom tier 1. So Charlie takes that, and if you're DM, where do you go to feel comfortable to farm?
Back to the bottom lane. Even though he had a great start, he was the one who got the first blood. He has almost the same amount of net worth as position 5 Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that is not great, and he might even get surpassed here as Handsken is farming a stack.
Level 6 available after this one for Handsken, so Solar Guardian in 10 seconds.
Wrath of Nature available. Oh, look at S4, he's taking some stacks too. What do you do if you're OG right now? Because your offlaner is getting really bullied in his game, and Ember's kind of even-ish, and so is your safe laner, but you're going to be dealing with a lot of global presence and these supports on the side of Alliance who are pretty farmed. Wrath of Nature's going to fly through. Pablo trying to survive as the slight comes in from BZM. So they do end up getting a kill there, a pick off that they desperately need to kind of get these heroes back into fighting form.
Now BZM's the one who wants to rotate as much as he can. ChYuan, thinking about it, sees level 5 Rubik. Did not want to go too deep. I think maybe he could have committed, but then again, if you die in the process, it's not really worth it. But what he wants to do, again, get his bottle refilled. Pablo TP's mid, refills the bottle one more time. I don't know if we're keeping track on that, but if there's stats, I would definitely love to see it, because I believe this has been like 9-10 total bottle refill so far in an 11-minute game.
Feels like you have a Coddle in the game. All those sips, getting all that mana back. Smoke used here, Pablo as well as this Pango, and we'll move over towards bottom. He's still trying to get that Diffusal Blade, but we'll take some gold. There's 3 heroes down here for the side of OG. Level 6 now available for Seb. We've got 7 for DM. Oh, the Swashbuckle doesn't land, but goes to the Rolling Thunder. Sleeping and rolling. Okay. I saw the Z's on the head of this Pangolier.
Forced to use Shield Crash immediately, seeing Rubik is level 6, so doesn't want to get that stolen. Pablo's in trouble.
And he's got an Echo if he wants to drop it, but Totem trying to run. BZM, Remnant forward, gets another kill, takes out Pablo again. He had gotten that kill on a Pablo over in the top lane in that water just a moment ago. DM now, of course, he's got that Helm of the Dominator. He's going into the Helm of the Overlord. He'll try to take the tier 1 tower over bottom and make maybe the game a little bit more tough for this Terrorblade in terms of farming, but a lot of space here for him to just kind of go to the outer rings and continue to get farm anyway.
They will defend the tower, going through the gates.
They're going to go through the twin gate.
They might need to bring 1 extra person, knowing that Alliance has 2 heroes with global presence, but if these 2 heroes with global presence are showing in the lanes, that means that they need to, other heroes need to walk. The Diffusal Blade now finished on ChYuan. This is the big timing. I feel like they need to take a fight, and look at Pablo's inventory. Double Sentry Brown Boots going into Blink Dagger, so gonna be a good timing on a Blink Dagger, because he found a good neutral item for himself.
Yeah.
As an Earthshaker, you need that little bit of mana, so Arcane Ring will provide you with that.
So just with that level before shield crash for now.
Handsken is one of these sentries are purchased by Handsken. He's like, bro, your inventory looks really bad. I'll give you 1 sentry.
Now let's get you 6 slotted.
And there's the blink dagger now. They're gonna immediately smoke. Try to look for a fight.
A lot of vision down here for OG that would see them coming over if they weren't smoked, and if they were able to break it and maybe catch them making this move. But after the smoke, Pablo's not as close up.
Scan will find someone.
Nearby.
That's DM.
It's going to be rolling thunder from a distance, and he's got this diffusal blade. Shield crash to start. Solar Guardian down on top of DM. That'll stun him and line up the Starbreaker, and they'll get the kill. Charlie actually the one who gets credit for that.
1 point in reflection. Gets the kill with it. I mean, you don't mind. It's a Terrorblade. You want to give him the kills. ChYuan, he's still chasing. Another swash in a couple of seconds, plus the Fusel Blade. But not going to find it.
Also, while that's going on, Handsken was able to take both Wisdom Runes.
That's what pushed Earthshaker to level 8. He had 2-1-2 builds. Suddenly, your Earthshock is maxed out, so the full combo with the Blink Dagger is going to be much easier to execute. You might even lock down Ember Spirit fully. Enough damage with some connection from the Rolling Thunder, and you might be able to get the kill because they don't have the saves. They do have abilities that go through debuff immunity that can stop Pangolier Rolling Thunder from going off. Oof. Never thinking about it, most definitely.
So, Yuragi, all this time he's been given, he's top of the net worth, keeping up with the Terrorblade. He's got that Ags going into the BKB next. But not really willing to fight just yet. It's only 6-6. Neither team has really found themselves the ultimate opening just yet. So, things staying very calm at the moment. Seb having that Cobalt follow him. Getting that gold. And looking to go top to the Tier 1 tower once again. But getting defended by DM Satyr. They find themselves Kitrak. Fissure from a distance, as well as ChYuan coming in with the Diffusal, of course. One Swashbuckle doing a lot of damage and tries to throw it over onto the Ember. Biziem able to Remnant away. He's got that early Maelstrom. He's also trying to get into this
DD picked up. Alliance bringing in 4 heroes to put some pressure onto Ember Spirit, secure the rune for ChYuan. And now with the Terrorblade meta available, they might not even need to pop it with this Manta style completed. They should be able to grab the tower.
Easy tower for them. As they clear out their second Tier 1, and they're going to look towards maybe taking that top Tier 1 again. They've been trying to get it a couple times here. But yet to be successful on that one. As Biziem getting chased by S4, Starbreaker lands. Biziem still just kind of running away. He's got a Remnant near the Tier 2 tower. Handsken comes over, and once that Sprout is off, he leaves. They were looking for that Remnant. Ooh, Rolling Thunder as he's TPing. Fissure lands, Sleight of Fist, and the Wrath of Nature gets the kill. Biziem caught out.
Very crisp execution there from Alliance. Like, we talked about that they're playing the best Dota that we've seen them throughout the year. The lineups that they had didn't really work out. Pablo's, again, seems to be the missing piece, and they have enough damage to take down this Roche. Some extra minus armor from Pangolier, his Orb of Corrosion, and Terrorblade's gonna pop the meta. I don't think OG could test this one.
Not sure you can. So this will be Aegis here for Alliance. And it's early Solar Crest for Handsken. He's going into the Crimson Guard after picking up drums.
That's a big item against Ember, Beastmaster, ET, like mostly Gyrocopter with the Flak Cannon. He's like, eventually you're gonna be able to farm that up. So he's building all these like smaller items. Nature's Prophet as a hero, as a support, he doesn't need boots. And this makes him super tanky, so he just popped the drums. I believe he bought the drums. Yeah, that's it. OG trying to put some pressure in this bottom lane. Yuragi, we still haven't seen him in the full force in a team fight. because this is Aghanim Scepter we're talking about, going into BKB next. They will find a way to amplify damage. 2 points in the Inner Beast. Helm of the Overlord, Ancient Ice Shaman, not the hero, like not the creep that gives you any of that, but gives you slightly more tower damage. So now they're just going to secure them a tier 2 tower, open up the map a little bit.
Middle tower is under attack.
They secure the tier 2 tower, and they're trying to kind of hit this double BKB timing, right, on OG with Biziem and Yuragi.
Biziem's relatively close to it. Yuragi, Yuragi is about to finish it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So he'll finish that BKB. They'll have to wait a little bit longer for Biziem to get his. But while they're pushing over bottom and forcing some pressure into this bottom lane, it is opening up some space to kind of get this item, right? Without really anything coming out from Alliance just yet. But they're working with an Aegis. They might look for a timing to fight. Still, at the same time, Charlie farming the Ancient Camp. He's going into a Scotty. He's already got himself one of those ulti orbs.
Keeping up with Gyro, which is pretty impressive, who had a great start. And a good itemization from ChYuan. Lotus Orb picked up against Beastmaster, against like Rubik, against even Ember Spirit, his Searing Chains. This is a really valuable pickup. He did disassemble his Mana Boots. 250 gold for him. DM has been pretty silent. He's 1-2-0 at the moment.
No roar either.
Is under attack.
We haven't heard the roar.
Yeah. Very quiet from him. Butterfly next for Gyrocopter after he picked up that BKB. And 900 gold needed for BZM's BKB. If they can find a pick-off, like, that's really going to boost their gold for a little bit. But going after this Pangolier, probably not who they want. And they're trying to find somebody over bottom. Handsken just continuing to farm these outer rings while Terrorblade sits over in his triangle. So there's a lot of spots for them to farm. And they'll look for the sleep. It'll be in between, and he just TPs away.
It's a lot of minus armor just from ChYuan. He has Orb of Destruction, Orb of Corrosion, 3 points in Lucky Shot. That's 12. Once Lucky Shot is maxed out, that's minus 14 armor.
Oof. And they've also got the Solar Crest available on the Nature's Prophet.
Deso being built on Dawnbreaker. I think that's going to come later. Plus also the right clicks from Terrorblade. So that's going to be pretty big. There's still no like big armor item on OG. There's one Solar Crest being built on Kitrak. Needs 20 gold to finish it off.
Top tower is under attack.
So minute 14, Wisdom Rune was picked up by Nature's Prophet on both ends. This time it's one apiece.
OG tried to kill Tormentor. Yeah, but they didn't have enough damage. It was Yuragi and Kitrak trying to do it solo. There's not enough damage to do it.
It was really Yuragi trying to do it solo while Kitrak soaks up the damage coming in from Tormentor. And then he almost died. He was like, all right, forget this. DM's had that Helm of the Overlord for a little while. He's been working on that Blink Dagger. The timing's going to be there. Now they've got the double BKB with BZMs coming out. That with the Blink Dagger, maybe they could get something going with the Primal Roar, have that damage to follow it up while they wait for this Aegis timing. But only 40 seconds left on it. And we'll reflect that homing missile. So that'll come back and hit Yuragi. 22 minutes in, only 14 kills. Both teams kind of silent, despite the fact that Alliance have themselves a 5,000 net worth lead. But maybe giving up a little bit of a timing, right? Like, the fact that they now have double BKB on OG means they're going to be a little bit more secure in these fights, right?
Yeah, the 10 seconds until Aegis expires. ChYuan needs to be slightly more careful.
And smoking off this timing.
Will smoke. They're going to be underneath the vision. Observer Ward is cutting them out. All members of Alliance, pretty much.
Painting that Rolling Thunder up on the cliff. Smoke. It's a good spot to break it. Nobody's broken just yet, but Eve might have even seen that boar walking around.
They see Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie sleep lands, and There's a swashbuckler splitter coming through. That'll land on the 2, but they've got the stun. It's on a Biziem who move forward, looking over at the Earthshaker. Pablo's in a little bit of trouble. They steal the totem. They get the kill on Pablo with the Primal Roar being used in the Rolling Thunder. That is in trouble for Pango. They lose the 3rd with S4 dropping, and they stop the TP of Charlie. They take out Handsken. This is going to be a full team wipe. It's just a question of when, and that answer is now.
Ooh, that was pretty massive team fight. I want to see the damage dealt by Gyrocopter, because every single time there's like Gyro in the middle of the fight getting multiple flat cannons off, they got isolated. First they caught Earthshaker. He didn't cast a single spell. They need Pablo to like get the first jump. Not necessarily the first jump, but the way this fight started is catching Charlie, which didn't do as much, but BZM getting the chains onto Pablo. This was, have in mind, like the fight underneath the vision of OG, and then Gyro just does Gyro things, I guess.
Yeah.
Fight's already over here.
Yeah,
like,
that was crazy.
I see that Terrorblade doesn't have like BKB queued up. Sure, you're playing into like ET, you're playing into Beastmaster, Gyro, so you might be looking for different items, but eventually you might need to get it. Right now he's swapping things around. I believe he saw, oh, that's a full butterfly on Yuragi.
Weesh.
Already almost 3k gold difference in items just because of the one fight.
That was gonna be my point. They were neck and neck for so long, and now a 5k lead. It's a 7,000 net worth shift. Pablo maybe can do something here. He never got the Echo Slam off. It's only level 1.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He's unable to have anybody really there to play aggressively with, so now all of a sudden Alliance are just kind of on the back foot, right? Like they're playing defensively while OG are taking over the map.
And Roshan's going to be available on Dire's side, so that benefits OG much more. They can set up the vision earlier. You have Ancient Black Dragon to scout things out. You have ET. You have really good ways to fight inside the Roche Pit. And Yuragi is massive. Like he can slowly siege. ET Aura maxed out on top of the Solar Crest, so he's going to be amplifying the damage on him. Beastmaster Aura as well. This is a freebie for them. Alliance, they feel very scared at the moment. Minute and 40 seconds until Roshan is available.
Also, Gyro's about to have that level 20 where he picks up that flat cannon damage. $3k lead. Ags finally finished off. Bangalore. Falling further behind this Gyrocopter.
Hey,
I think that's even in.
It's gonna keep increasing if they keep playing like that. Charlie right now putting some pressure in this bottom lane onto tier 2 tower. There's gonna be a TP response.
See? By the way, DM, after having the slow start he did, is now ahead of this Dawnbreaker.
Getting a tower in the mid lane. He did kill like 2 towers. They did win a team fight. And now they're going to start prepping for Roche. Kitrak drawing on a minimap.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Building damage. A lot of zeros on side of OG. And there's like 5k from Gyro, 5k from Beastmaster.
Swipe the Tormentor, get that shard for Seb. He had that queued up, but he's going into the Aether Lens, and he needs a 200 gold to finish off the Void Stone, disassemble the Arcane Boots, get the Aether Lens. Now he's got the shard as a save if need be. And there's that flat cannon damage at that level 24 Yuragi now, and he's going into a Silver Edge. So things setting up well for OG, especially if they get this Aegis. Charlie trying to farm up an MKB. And I mean, other than that, what's the item timings here for Alliance? Like, what's looking good for them?
There's Deso about to be completed on Dawnbreaker. Crimson Guard just finished on Handsken, so he's going to be building even more defensive items. Because Pablo didn't get anything off. Like, he had a good timing on a Blink Dagger. That was like 13 minutes. Then he picked up the shard of his own. But Earthshaker, he doesn't like farming. Like, this hero wants to be fighting, and Pablo will snatch enemy XP rune. push himself closer to that level 15 talent, the Aftershock damage talent.
Pablo. Just farming, trying to get himself a 4-staff. OG ready to siege through the top lane. They've got this Aegis. They just picked it up, so it's got a while on it. Also have the cheese on Yuragi. He's looking to just sustain and slowly siege. Of course, that extra damage on the flak cannon. Ready to go and throw this damage out there and clean up this tier 3 tower pretty quickly. They're going to smoke behind him, too. Waiting for a potential move to be made to go for this Gyro. Blink Echo, the damage is there, but the telekinesis coming in from Seb to try and save Yuragi. They've also got the Glimmer Cape. He doesn't even die.
Seb
Echo
used
slams
everything,
down.
all 3 defensive abilities, telekinesis, force staff, and Glimmer Cape. So now they used meta, now they used Echo Slam. So I feel like they could go back. Gyro has also cheese available if he wants to eat that. Also holding the Aegis for another 3.5 minutes. He can region up a little bit and they go. Like they should use timing. Alliance, they smoked outside of the base. Looking for something. They definitely don't expect this kind of move. OG already set up the vision in the enemy triangle, in the enemy base. Maybe this observer ward also caught the glimpse of it. Not sure.
While it's going on, Handsken's just trying to push over bottom. He's got this tier 3 down pretty low. So, Trian's pushing in. The rest of the team, most of them are close except for Charlie, who's still trying to farm the jungle. He's got this MKB, but not a lot of gold remaining. He's 1,400 gold short of having.
No one is showing, so they know something is up. Yuragi will get inside of the base. It's not a disarm anymore on Pangolier. Unfortunately for them, it does reduce the attack speed. So last glyph from Alliance. They can move to the mid lane. They know that the meta is not available for another minute. Charlie does have DD though, but he's in melee form.
They've got the Primal War used. They'll go after S4. They'll get the kill to the Dawnbreaker. Charlie's low, uses that Thunder, but he still dies. So it doesn't matter. They clean him up quickly, and this Pangolier able to just get some distance. Handsken comes back, but took the tier 3 bottom, but that's not going to be a good trade when you lose the Terrorblade as well as the Dawnbreaker in your mid set of racks as well.
This is game. Like, they don't have Terrorblade. He invested all of his gold. He's going to be dead for 30 seconds. Handsken's trying to rat a bit. He already killed the tier 3 tower, but OG, they want megas.
They're sending back Biziem. So, range racks get taken, but bottom tier 3 is gone. Just straight up mega creeps. Some quick building damage.
Ooh, 31 minutes. You're playing against megas. You have also ways of protecting your base. You have Beastmaster with the Blink Dagger, so if someone tries to go for it one more time. Now Satanic. These items on Gyro, they come so quickly. And they still have a minute and 30 seconds on that Aegis.
Swashbuckle in. Pango trying to make something happen here. Avoids the sweep, but the homing missile's in, and they're going to get a kill out of the Pango anyway. Jumping forward is Biziem, and they've got the Fissure as well as the Echo Slam, but it does no damage. They get the kill out of Pablo. He's going to buy back. S4 falls. He's dead too. No buyback available for him. Only 3 heroes alive here for Alliances. OG are going to swarm the base. And Sprout used there by Sep. And they'll get another kill on Handsken. He'll buy back. Triple kill for Yuragi. Remnant looking into the base for a second as the meta gets used, but you don't have the allies here to really make anything happen.
Look at that flag go.
Not really taking damage as Yuragi as he stands his ground. They've got one tier 4 down. Creeps are in. Fissure lands. Wrath of Nature. They've got the totem. They get the kill on a Kitrak. That's at least something, but the throne's exposed. They don't really have much going on with the Sprout around Charlie. They'll get another kill on the Terrorblade, and he is just gone forever. As the throne will die, OG will take game 1. GG is called by Alliance as OG take this first one away.